to the finish, just put a minute gone. Windows is tinted, no gas in the whip though. Smashed it, it's a shit show. Re-up when it gets slow. We up like with tiptoe. I'll tell you my feelings like it's Rick Roll. Nigga, that's what chips know.
Check. Oh, I got my brother Old Man Saxon coming in real quick. I got my family Old Man Saxon coming in. Run it up, let's run it up, let's go.
How you fool? Hey, moving away, you with the pay, you the race. Trust me, I get it finished. Get to the finish, just put a minute gone. Windows is tinted, no gas in the window. Smashed in the shit show.
Hey. Hold up, Saxon. Let me hear this real quick, Saxon.
Absolutely. I'll tell you my feelings like it's Rick Roll.
Let me hear this, Saxon.
No way can I do it today. See, patience is virtue. Divert your music, you say, well, before I hurt you. Work too hard and be passing the perp too.
Share the live. Let's run it up. Share the live. Ktone 20 and 20. Let's go.
Bruce sick, looking for kids to perp to. Words you spit, no attention to work to. Turn to. Ain't sipping in childish games. You defile your name, trying to run like the same. Nigga, this young ass.
Hey.
Track, nigga. About this one time, one fact, nigga. I'm just saying the same. And I got my nose up like I'ma stay in the game.
Hey.
Ain't nobody cop when I drop a my God. Can't nobody walk in my socks, I'm out. Nigga kept the gold out the grid.
Hold up, Saxon.
Can't roll slow, cause I got no chill. Like that. Say that you was gone, thought you
wait a minute.
But I got no chill. Gotta stay on them. Niggas ain't knowing, but you gotta stay on them. But I got no chill.
If you ain't got no chill, put a fire emoji there right now if you ain't got no chill. Wait a minute. Saxon in the building, what's happening?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. How you feeling?
I'm always good, man. Always.
Good?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, hold on, real quick. We looking for the suit. Where the suit at?
That's just for performing, man. I can't.
Okay, so that's for performing.
Yeah, I gotta have like a separator between who I am on stage and off stage.
No, it's all good. It's all
good.
You got some of the fly suits in the game, man. How many suits do you actually have?
I think I might have 8 right now.
8?
I got 8, and then sometimes like I'll just give a suit away. I'll just give someone a suit. So I've had a couple dozen, but I got 8 right now.
You just give a suit away?
Yeah, because I don't either. It's ugly, and I just was like, "Fuck, I fucked up. I shouldn't have bought it," or I'm just like one of the homies wanted it, and I'm like, "Yeah, you can have a suit, absolutely."
What's your favorite suit and style right now?
Like the 3-piece, gotta have the vest, something just tacky, something super tacky.
Yeah.
Like something like your aunt or your uncle will wear to like a cookout.
Like your old uncle, just something.
Yeah, or the church, like some shit like that. Exactly.
But you can flip that, make it fly though.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
What you got a favorite like color or brand?
See, that's the thing too. If I was smarter, I'd have had a suit sponsor already.
It's never too late. It's not too late. You can do that.
Yeah, you're right.
You can get you a sponsor. Old Man Saxon, just be
right.
Wardrobe right.
Yeah, you're right. Cause I get my suits from it's a place called Ebony Fashion.
Yeah, Ebony Man's Fashion.
Yeah, and I don't never know the like brand of the suit or anything. It's always just some like bullshit. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. But you're right. Yeah, shout out to Ebony Man's Fashion.
We're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that sponsorship.
Absolutely.
So look, I didn't even really do the intro, man. DJ Ktone, I got my brother Old Man Saxon in here right now. Saxon, what we do? This 20 and 20. What we do? 20 questions in 20 minutes. But we give or take a couple.
Okay.
Give or take a few. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But that's the goal.
Okay.
So you're from Denver?
Yeah, Park Hill.
What part of you from Park Hill?
Yeah, I'm in Park Hill right now. I left for LA for like 4 or 5 years, and I came right back.
So, did you go to LA to pursue your career?
I moved to LA originally because I just graduated from Boulder, CU Boulder.
Okay.
And I was like, there's like that period of time where you gotta like move home with your mom and shit,
Yeah.
and my brother was was staying there at the same time, and I couldn't do it. Like it was just too many people in one spot, so I moved to LA, but not with the intention of making music or like
Yeah.
making it big. I moved to LA for a video game tester job, and so
Oh,
yeah, I was testing video games for like 2 years,
yeah.
and then I realized that shit, if I'm in LA, I might as well like do something.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that yeah, it wasn't. I didn't go out there for music though. No.
But you started rapping when you was 11, right?
Yeah, I started rapping Smiley Middle School. Started rapping at Smiley.
Shout out to Smiley.
Yeah, straight up, straight up.
Man. Well,
Yeah.
I went to Gold.
Oh, okay.
Smiley and Gold Buddy. Banged it out.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
No, I was I would always battle. I don't know if you know Josh Johnson. Like, I would always battle like some Josh Johnson was like my first battle I ever had, and then I realized I was getting attention from rapping, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, let me
Yeah.
let me try to do this shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where it started.
So when you went to LA, you went there for another reason, but you was already still kind of in the music then.
Yeah, I was. I think I've always been into music, and I think the switch from making it a hobby
Yeah.
into making it a career is like it's a thin line, but there's always some major thing you have to do to like make that happen. And mine
Yeah.
was quitting my job and shit, pretty much being homeless to
That's
fucking make music.
right. So you that too. So you was homeless for a while. Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. It was probably the most. It was one of the most amazing experiences and the saddest experiences at the same time.
So
Just
tell us why.
yeah, so my whole life, I mean, I've always been around people. It's always. So when you're around people a lot and you don't really know how to like manage energies, for lack of a better term, that well, it starts to be draining to you. You
Right.
start to just everything is just draining. And I didn't realize it until I was like, all right, well, fuck it, I'm about to just be home and just by myself.
Yeah.
And when I got to be alone with my thoughts, when I got to like realize the shit that I really liked, the thing that was on the top of that list was music. So that was helpful. But on the other hand, the sad parts was just like, yeah, like waking up in my car sweating balls at like 6 a.m. and being like,
Yeah.
fuck, what did I do to get here? Like, shit, I fucked up.
So a question I always ask people, so, people that are homeless or those previously homeless, like where is your family at this point?
So my mom, I didn't have like a girlfriend or kids at the time, so it was pretty much just hiding it from like my immediate family, which lived in Denver. So I'm in LA, and all I would do is just make up some shit. Like, oh, I live in fucking El Segundo now. Shit, my
Right.
mom don't know what the fuck El Segundo is. I'm living with my homie. I'm staying at his parents' house, just so I could just like not have to confront that situation.
So they didn't know.
Yeah, no. I think I spent the majority of my like homeless time hiding it from people, like even
Right.
family, shit, love interests, like all that shit, just hiding it from people.
So at what point did you get back on your feet?
Um, so I feel like that's a two-part question because let's say so I was homeless for 13 months, right?
Right.
I would say I got back on my feet within that 13 months, like 7 or 8 months in. So, and I'm defining get back on my feet in a way where it's like, shit, I'm waking up, I know exactly where I'm going, I got a job, I can pay for everything I need to pay for. Like, I just don't have a home, and for uh, for the casual observer, it'd be like, oh, this nigga's struggling. Like, oh, he doesn't have a hope. I was on my feet within 8 months. But when I was after 13 months, though, I realized, like, one of my homies who I was working with, he was a producer. He was making some of my beats, and he had a spot open in his house. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. But yeah, I'd say I made it back on my feet within 8 months, but I got a home within 13 months.
Now you said in the past interview, and you called it, it's like one day you're working in a restaurant, the next you're in front of Cardi B.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how does a moment like that feel for you?
Man, so it was weird for me because, like, I think the hard part about it wasn't being in front of Cardi B, but it was the knowledge of what being in front of Cardi B would do for me.
Right.
Cause like being in front of like the judges or whatever, it wasn't like it was like nerve wracking or anything. Cause I've had it in my mind that celebrities are just people. Like fuck it, I'm about to do this shit. They
Right.
either don't like it or not.
Right.
Um, but from but yeah, it was a thing like from serving tables and dropping off people's checks to like being in front of Cardi B and what that could do for my career.
Right.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy as fuck.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the show for a minute.
Absolutely.
Now, were you out there at that? Was that the part of time you was in LA, or you was in Denver and went back to LA just for that?
Yeah, I had moved out of LA probably 4 months before I got the call to go back to LA to do the show. So
Okay.
yeah, I had moved to Denver like super recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so you had already auditioned, or was it some online that you?
Yeah. So so I got the application when I was working in LA. I was a teacher, music teacher in LA,
Yeah.
and got the application, sent it off, and literally within probably like maybe 4 months from submitting the application, I had got a call to do the audition, which I was back in Colorado for. And I flew out to LA and it's audition in a hotel room with
Yeah.
like four producers, and they have a camera and they just watch you. And so y'all, I'm sure like if someone's on here, y'all seen like my show or my performance,
Yeah.
and I'm in a full three-piece suit, dancing around crazy as fuck for three people,
Yeah.
and I was thankful. I was so thankful that they got it. Because that's a big thing with Old Man Saxons. Like, either you get it or you don't. Because it's not serious, but
Yeah.
it is, but it's not,
Right.
So, yeah. Flew back to LA, did that audition, came back to Denver, then had another audition, which was, that was the show. Then they had, like, the audition for the show where it was actually Cardi B and shit.
Yeah. That's dope, man. Now on the show, I mean, you actually had to battle D Smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he ultimately won the
Hmm.
contest. Like, how's it feel to know you at least went off
Yeah.
against the winner of the actual show?
Yeah. I remember because I was still texting D Smoke while the show was going on just to
Yeah.
figure out like, oh, so, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
And I remember when he told me he won it all, I was obviously I was proud of him, but I was also just like, fuck yeah, like at
Yeah.
least I didn't get like beat by like someone that got knocked out the next
Right.
round or anything.
Right.
I got beat by the best,
Right.
and he's like super
Right.
super talented. So
Super.
I'm not mad at that. The only thing that I like, I wish is that I did get the same timeline of events so that I could have shown people like I could perform too.
Definitely.
But I'm not mad at being beaten by him at all. Not at all.
When I seen y'all put together, I'm like, no,
Yeah, that was
no,
some
no, no.
bullshit.
Put somebody else. Put
Yeah,
somebody
it
else.
was some bullshit.
Yeah,
It
I
was.
feel it. Do you still keep in touch with any of the cast members?
Yeah, well, no, not really. Not really. The thing is, and it's like no knock to anybody on the show, is and I think it's been probably something that has kind of slowed down my career. I don't like to leave my house. I
Yeah.
do not like to leave
Told me
my
that.
house. Yeah, dude, I know I did. I
So,
swear, I stay in my home. And like, yeah, I think the last time I like went out was for Interstate Ice um,
yeah,
album release party. You and Ice album release party.
appreciate that for sure, man.
Yeah, man. I stay in my home. So I say all that to say, like, if someone texts me, I'm sure I can text anyone on the show. They'll respond and we'll have a conversation. But
Yeah.
man, I stay on my own. I really do.
So you're a real life introvert for sure.
Yeah, like real life. Like it's one of those things where once this quarantine shit happened, people were like, "Oh no, like I'm comfortable with this." Like yeah, like you keep saying that, but now we 3 months in, I'm coming back to those same people. Like how you doing? They're like, like this is my life. This has been my life straight up.
Um, if you could do anything differently from the show, would you? And if so, what would it be?
Wow. If I could have done anything different from the show.
Anything.
Okay, so all right, this is an interesting story because so for the battle, right? Pretty much for every competition we do on that show, we have like a rehearsal. Um, like a day before, we would rehearse for the producers and King
Right.
Los, our coach. And I remember I did my battle with D Smoke in front of King Los. He
Mhm.
laughed. He thought it was funny. He said, "This is what I would do, though. I would change that last line to be something that's just a little more like, just a little bit more powerful, and so that it can, the whole thing is dope. The last line's good or whatever, but it could be better. And I was like, all right, so I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna fuck with it a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I went back to the hotel and I started thinking of lines, and I had this one line in my head, and it was gonna be something along the lines of like, complete paraphrasing, but it was like something like you hear shots like do 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 do, and I ain't talking about Baby Shark or some shit like that. But I swear I remember hearing that line before. So I spent, if I'm lying, I'm dying. I spent probably an hour in my hotel googling that line because I swear I've heard it before. I
Yeah.
didn't want anyone to like come back with some bullshit like, oh, he stole that line from da.
Right.
I
Right.
couldn't find it, but I knew deep down in my heart someone said that line before, so I didn't do it. I kept my same line, didn't hit as hard, and I feel like, so if that's, if you're talking about regrets, I feel like if I would have either stuck with that Baby Shark line and done something else to end it harder,
Yeah.
maybe it would have been different.
Definitely. Definitely. Which one of the main artists, Cardi, T.I., or Chance, gave you the most support off camera? Not on camera.
Oh yeah, nah. Oh, okay. So here's a little backstory about the show. So I got kicked off with 16 people left, right? So that's relatively a lot of people for the judges to talk to. Like they don't really. Once you got down to like the last 5, 6, or 7, like the judges were a part of it. So I say that because I didn't talk to any of the judges while I was there off camera. The
Right.
only time was once I got beat by D Smoke, I go off and I'm like sitting on like this, it's all filmed like a Netflix movie lot or whatever. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there outside of this movie hangar or whatever, smoking a cigarette, just all sad and shit. And then one of T.I.'s people comes by and he's like, hey, yo, man, like, give me your number, because T.I., fucks what you did or whatever. And that's a nice ass gesture. I talked to him maybe 2, 3 times. That never came of it, but
Right.
I
Right.
would say, yeah, that was probably it.
So, what do you feel has changed for you, whether positive or negative, since the show?
Um, so positive is my shows. People come to Old Man Saxon shows, and I'm so thankful for that because what they did see of my when I was on the show is
Right.
even just from my audition, they saw, oh, this dude can command the crowd, this dude can perform, this dude can rap. Cool, I'm gonna go to the show. So the shows have been great. With that being said, it's not lost on me that as soon as I'm like popping with my shows and shit, the world gets sick. So like now it's just, that shit's done for a while. I'm guessing for another year probably. Um, so that's for the positive and the negative. But the other real negative is yeah, like I think I've become more of an introvert now because this was the story of when I first, so Rhythm and Flow aired. Cool, that's what's up. Now it's like Old Man Saxon shows. I have my first show at it doesn't matter. Larimer Lounge, not Larimer
Yeah.
Lounge. Larimer Lounge,
Yeah.
right?
Now.
And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, like cool, that's what's up. My manager or my booking agent has this idea. Yo, what we want you to do is dress up in your suit, go downtown, and go out and like promote the show and shit.
Right.
And that's just not who I was. It's not who I am. But I did it. Let's make this happen. Put on my suit, go downtown, and yo, Netflix, you the dude from Netflix. And that shit, I'm not, like, even if, just hypothetically, if you were just a person walking down the street and then someone just started screaming towards your direction, you're like,
Right.
oh shit, man, like, all right, what's up? And who I am is just a person, which is an introvert. Just that shit turned up the notch
Right.
on me not leaving now. It just turned it up. So, yeah, and I'm trying to work on that shit because, yeah, man, like it would be good to be a part of where the people are,
Right.
so that I'm a part. And it's not even, at no point in this is it like, oh no, I'm too good to go out. Nah, I can't be fucked with.
Yeah.
Nah, I just don't feel right in my skin when I'm out. Like, it's just
So,
that.
you just ultimately have to decide if this is something that you want. Because
Hmm.
and for you, I think it did happen so fast. And you are talented. You have the talent. So people got a chance to know you, and then they hear your music, like, man, where he been? Okay,
Yeah.
now they fans, which is great for you. But I think you have to ultimately like really want that because that's what comes with it.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like, because you're absolutely right, especially in this day and age, right? But you do have these outliers as artists, is like, Kendrick, who you don't never see Kendrick nowhere, but he's Kendrick Lamar, like he's the top cream of the crop, right? So he doesn't have to be on social media. He doesn't have to go out, you know who he
Right.
is. And that speaks to how
Yep.
powerful his music is, right? So if, I guess for me, because you're right, but I guess for me, the goal would be to just make shit that's so powerful that I don't have to be seen out. Like, y'all hear my music, y'all come to my shows.
But you do know Kendrick had to do that for a minute. So
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
so now, like we just talked about Kendrick the other day, and everybody we like, where's Kendrick? We ain't.
Hmm.
I think Kendrick is like you. I don't think he just likes people like that. I don't think he
Yeah,
being around. But like you said, he's built it up for himself to do that, and I think you could do the same thing, but you got to do.
be out
You
there.
got to climb. You got to climb that them stairs, man, and
You're right.
that point. You know what
You're
I'm saying?
right.
We'll talk about that off camera.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh, uh, so speaking of that, your followers went up before the show. How many Instagram followers did you have compared to now?
I think 15,000 I had before,
And
and
now
now
you
I
got
have
120.
193. I got like 193,000. Yeah, yeah,
How does that feel, man?
man. Weird, super weird, because that is for Instagram. It's like, yeah, I have a lot of followers, but I feel like the real, like true hardcore loyal fans are the people who subscribe to your YouTube
Right.
channel. The
Definitely.
people who are subscribing to the art you make, right? Because there's people, I've seen it. I've seen it for other contestants. Like, you have a lot of followers, but you don't have a lot of people coming to your show because people are a fan of the reality TV star, not so much a fan of your music.
Right.
And so I think it's a constant like reminder that, all right, cool, I have 190 something followers on Instagram. How many of these people will come to a show? Now
Right.
that's up to me to try to make that happen.
Right.
But for YouTube, it's like, I'm gonna put shit out. You gonna like my art, and then that's what it is. So I say all that because it's weird. That's the answer. It's a weird.
Have you figured out how to really monetize that for yourself?
Like the followers and shit.
Yeah, like you
Oh
said, direct them to YouTube, get the YouTube views up, get the YouTube money. Have you?
yeah. I mean, mostly it's from directing people to Spotify, directing people towards YouTube and shit. Because yeah, I had to. Even when you first pop off on the show or whatever, it's like you have the ability to monetize in a bunch of ways that don't necessarily sit right with me. So like Cameo, like I got hit up with by Cameo constantly, and it was like, all right, yo, come on, man, you can do these shout out videos. And I was like, all right, let me. I signed up for it, and then I was like, no, I don't want to fucking do this shit, man. Like I got the ability to like be like to do like the influencer account on Instagram. Fuck, man. Like I think it comes to a point too. At some point when you're making music, right? It's about the balance between monetizing it and then actually doing some shit that's timeless and it's gonna last and it's gonna be some music that people are gonna fuck with. And for me, sitting here in my 2 bedroom house with my garden, like my very simple living right now, for me, it's for people to fuck with my art
Right.
more than it is to monetize. And I know that sounds weird,
Yeah.
but that's where I'm at right now. And if I have to kind of like, for lack of a better term, like sell out and do some cameo videos, I can do that for the monetization of it. But I don't know if that's what I want to do.
Definitely, definitely. Have you got hit up by any labels?
That's so funny, man. I was talking to this dude. He was Juicy J's manager. We had a party in LA a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
He asked me the same question: have you been hit up by any labels? And I told him, I said, no, I don't think anyone on the show really, except for Smoke, was
Right.
getting hit up by labels. Smoke is the only one that's on the label right now. He's on
Right.
Empire. I feel like there's a couple of reasons for that. One is, without giving out names, there was a bunch of contestants for the show that did a together, like for 5 contestants, we're gonna do a show together for Rhythm and Flow, yada yada yada. Cool. Um, Not a lot of people showed up, and I think that
Right.
was really telling because once again, you're a reality TV show star. We saw you on that reality TV show,
Right.
but especially for someone like a rapper, it's not as clear as American Idol. Like, yo, we heard you can sing.
Right.
For a rapper, and let me add this too. If this show came out 4 years ago, when the labels were hiring or signing the Bad Babies,
Right.
the Ice JJ Fishes, the
Yeah.
people who had social media followings, then hey, let's make them have a song. I
Right.
think that's a different era, and people are getting signed because Old Man Saxon has a suit. Let's sign him to a 3 record deal because London B has crazy hair. Let's sign her to. I
Right.
think it's a different time, and just like the rapping is coming back. Like
Right.
rapping is coming back. So
Yeah.
unless you're really out here and you're showing you can rap, um, yeah, I think the labels almost saw that entire thing as a gimmick and as a novelty.
Yeah.
So no one really got hit up except
Yeah.
Shrek.
I mean, but your music is dope, man, and a lot of people I know you hear and I heard it. A lot of people kind of compare your style to Mac Dre. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So tell me how how he influenced Old Man Saxon.
Mac Dre, my favorite rapper of all time. I got put under Mac Dre from my brother, like in high school. I think like his junior in high school, right? And Mac Dre was a rapper where I heard him
Yeah.
and I didn't get it. I did not fucking get it. What is this? What is he talking? Fizz? What is Fizz? Why is he gigging? What is this shit he's talking about?
Right.
But I got it. When I got it, I got it. And so that was like, oh, he don't give a fuck about what y'all think. He
Right.
has an album called Stupid Doo Doo Dumb, and and it bumps. He don't
Promise
give
you.
a fuck, and that was just so like warming. Like, oh, okay, he's doing his shit, and he doesn't give a fuck what anyone else thinks. So yeah, that and I can go on about Mac Dre for like
Yeah.
30, 40 minutes. Let me just do one more thing. Um, he got I'll explain it later, but he got black people to do ecstasy, and I just think that that's one of the crazier things. That just shows impact. That just shows the impact. One black people wasn't doing ecstasy
Right.
until Mac Dre he said, "I'm gonna call it this. I'm gonna make it dance." Hey, yeah, Mac Dre is the goat.
Mac Dre is one of my favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Early 2000s. Like people didn't understand when I was listening to him. They was clowning like, bro, what is this?
Yep.
Bro, Mac Dre has so many bars.
Yeah.
To really
Yeah.
listen, it made sense. And it was like real player and like, bro, did you
Yep.
hear what he just said?
Yeah,
You hear
man.
what he just said? You know what I'm
Hey.
saying? And I just, man, I hate that he could not really just showcase his talent to the world in enough time.
Yeah, absolutely. He was ridiculous. He was
Nah,
just so unique.
even
So
right
unique.
this
He
day,
didn't
like
give a fuck.
if you go back and listen to Mac Dre right now, and he might say some stuff like that's relevant right now. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
absolutely.
For
He's
real.
timeless. He's a timeless rapper. He
Shout
is.
out
He's
Mac Dre.
got yeah, straight up.
Back to your art though. I just thought about it. Have you ever thought about doing a Tiny Desk series, a Tiny Desk concert?
I have. I've thought about it, but that's as far as it's gone. Like I have never like auditioned for it or anything. I've thought about it.
Yeah.
There's something stopping me from it. I don't know what it is.
What's
But
your what's your team look like, man? You got a team?
man, I think this is if there's any artists on here to please listen up. Your team is more important than you are a lot of the times. Like a lot of the time, the team is almost more important. So I say that because I don't think I've got the team. Like my team right now is my video people who make my music videos, people who make my beats. So all the shit that goes into the like, hey, this is the art part of it, the behind the scenes for the art part.
Yeah.
As far as like, I have a manager. I just hired him, but we went on a pandemic. Like so, we went on pandemic. It's hilarious. We got a pandemic happened, so like he hasn't been able to show me what he can do really to his full effect. But once again, the reason I feel like my career has like been not as like, not thrived as well as it should because I'm an introvert. Because
But we're gonna talk more about that off camera too. We're gonna talk
yeah,
about that. But what? How did you go about hiring your manager? Like, was he a referral, or was he somebody that you physically pointed out?
So, all right. So that to answer that, I got to tell you the story of my last two managers, right?
Yeah.
So my first manager, Matthew Fritz, cool ass dude. He went to CU Boulder, chill, just a chill ass dude. But what he and so before I even go there, the interview with him, hey, what up, man? Yeah, I can do this for you. Cool, that's what's up. I like you. You're hired. Let's do this. He was more of a glorified booking agent more than a manager. He just booked me shows, but wanted a percentage of my Spotify checks and like all
Right.
my other shit. Okay, cool, we can do that. But then I got my Silicon Valley placement where I got a song on Silicon Valley HBO show.
Yeah.
Pretty nice check.
Shout out to
And
TJ Miller that be on there. But okay.
yeah, that's right, TJ Miller. And he was gonna get a piece of that check.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna have that. So nah, we're gonna stop this. I'll book my own shows.
Right.
You're chill, cool. Bam. Next manager, Jeff Bowers. Hey Jeff, interview. This is what I'm gonna do for you. Yada yada yada. Cool. I like you. You're hired. Bam. Terrible man. Just terrible. He got me. I never paid him anything because he got me 0% of zero is zero. So he got
Right.
nothing.
Right.
I'm pretty sure he had some other issues. Yada yada yada. Cool. Now to this next manager, my booking agent gives me a bunch of like inner phone interviews with managers.
Right.
Cool. This is what I can do for you. Yada yada yada. Cool. This is what I can do for you. Yada yada yada. Cool. All right. I have realized I don't have good judgment on managers. I don't. Hey, booking agent, who do you think? I think this one. Let's try it. That's how sloppy shit. But I think it's important to know, like a lot of these artists who y'all think got it together do not.
Oh yeah.
Sloppy. So he's been good so far. We'll see what happens when we're not all sick and shit.
We're gonna talk, man. We're gonna talk.
All right, absolutely.
Um, I see you do a lot of stuff with your daughter, man. I love the videos you be doing with your daughter, man. How has having her in your life? How has having her impacted your life?
Um, I got two now too. I got
Okay,
a
too. Yeah, I meant to.
yeah, I got two
I
and a
got to look
three-year
at my
old.
bad.
Yeah, no, you good. I think with having kids is it just makes you more of who you are anyway. And so as far as how it's affecting my art, I've definitely chilled out on like all the like negativity towards women that I've had in my music. I was listening to some of my old shit recently, and it's just mean. It's just mean. Like it's some young mean shit. And it's like, and I don't think a lot of people don't know. Like a lot of y'all's music is not gonna age as well as y'all think,
Oh,
especially if y'all just being mean and just
definitely, it's not. It's not.
so. Um, having her made me realize, like, fuck, why am I being mean? Like, why? What am I doing? Why am I being so mean to women? And then all the like all the other shit, of course, like. It's my daughter, like that. She came out of my nuts, and now she's just here. Like it's the most beautiful shit ever.
Right.
Um, but yeah, those are my babies.
Um, we've been in quarantine. You're introvert anyway. But has this quarantine physically taught you learning new since being in quarantine?
Um, yeah. So a couple of things. This is the one thing that this is like the main thing that I've figured out, especially with my art, is I've been creating more shit in quarantine than I ever have. Not even just music. I have a song coming out June 19th. I got like an album on the way. But editing, just all artistic shit. And I realized because I'm making more shit because we're on quarantine.
Right.
I know that there's nothing that I don't have to leave my house to promote it. So
Right.
I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna just make this shit and put it out. So it's been helping me like if I can like once everything pops back up and if I still am feeling the same way about like not going out to like I think the reason that I wasn't making so much shit before is because of the FOMO factor. Like fuck man, like I'm in here like being like lazy and shit, people out there partying. Even though I'm introverted, don't want to go the fuck out no way. There's still a sense of like, damn, other people are doing shit. Being in quarantine by myself and just like knowing I don't have to leave to promote it,
Right.
that shit has been beautiful. That shit has been beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. Got 2 more questions for you, man. Old Man Saxon is. Finish the sentence.
Oh man, weird, weird as fuck, man. Yeah,
DJ Ktone is.
real as fuck, man.
On everything.
Real as fuck.
Old Man Saxon, hold on, man. I want to run this. I want to run this no chill one more time for the people, man. Tell
Absolutely.
about it. Talk about it real quick.
Okay, got no chill. This is actually a funny story because I wrote that first verse maybe a year and a half before I recorded it or before I did the audition. I
Yeah.
just had verses tucked away. So
Yeah.
I wrote that verse after school when I was teaching. Wrote it after school, went home, recorded it, and never put it out because I just didn't like my voice on it. Even the one I put out, I don't like my voice on it.
Yeah.
But I just want y'all to know that song comes from like 10 minutes of writing. That whole song came from 10 minutes of writing.
10 minutes.
Of just feeling it. Just feeling it. And it's not something I can do all the time. So it's a special ass song, and everyone knows y'all had a point in your life where you had no chill. It's just
No chill. You couldn't have no chill right now. Old Man Saxon, let's go.
Hey. And if you ain't got this, get this on your Spotify, Tidal, any streaming site right now.
How you fools doing today? Moving away, do with the pay, do the race. Trust me, I did it finish. Get to the finish.
And this song go hard live, Saxon. This song goes so hard live.
No gas in the window, fast into shit show. Re-up when it gets low. We up like we tiptoe. I'll tell you my feelings like it's Rick Roll. Nigga, that's my chips. No way. Can I do it today? See, patience is virtue. Divert your music, be say, well, before I hurt you. I work too hard to be passing the perp too. Little niggas, I don't know. Go home, it's passion curfew. Bird flu sick, looking for kids to perp to. Words you spit, no attention to work through. Turn to clean sipping and childish games. You
Make sure y'all follow Old Man Saxon right now.
Same lyrics, young ass, same lines, run track, nigga. About this, one time, one fact, nigga. I'm just saying the same. And I got my nose up like I'ma stay in the game. Might not. Might nobody cop when I drop it, my God. Can't nobody walk in my socks, I'm out. Nigga kept the goat out the grill, they close to the meal. Can't roll slow, cause I got no chill. Doing like that. Said that you was gone, thought you'd be right back, but I got no chill.
Make sure y'all support Old Man Saxon. Go buy all the music. Buy all his music right now. This one is off the Peacock Honey. Peacock Honey, look it up.
Niggas ain't knowing. You gotta stay on them. I got no. Boy, they get cold in my presence. I roll to the stove. They just sit and notice the lesson. You feel me? And get on with the stress and don't know it no more. I just keep my beat turned to 11. I'm on some Bobby Miller Brown stuff. Tracks ain't coming in. Hopefully when they round up, they round up. They bound us to the Adams Mark Sweet with a beads if no cheese. Be out of hardly. Cause it ain't been like that. Telling me the only time you could attend like that. Lost in a little paper with a grin like that. You wondering if she getting them presidents that you making and that was my last. She might not. Ain't nobody cop when I drop it, my God. Ain't nobody walking my socks, I'm out. We kept the gold out the grill, they close to the meal.
What you say?
Cause I got no chill. Like that. Said that you was gone, thought you'd be right back, but I got no chill. Gotta stay on them. Niggas ain't know.
Y'all see my Saxon hoodie, right?
But I got no chill.
Support that. Buy the merch too. Buy the merch too.
Be right back, but I got no chill. Gotta stay on them. Niggas ain't knowing. Gotta stay on them, but I got no chill.
Yeah.
Oh Man Saxon, man, I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
On everything I love, and what I do, everybody that comes on, I got a gift. I'm gonna get you this gift. I know you got all different kind of suits or whatever. And this is my line, this is my own everything. This is the pink and white. Pink is player.
Yeah, it is.
I know you can find something to match this, man. The
Yeah, of course.
The pink and white on DJ Ktone on everything, son.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Gotcha. I appreciate it. Any last thing you want to say to the people before we go?
Support. I'm oldmansaxon.com. New music coming out very, very soon. I think people are gonna like it. So yeah. I'll see y'all, and I'll see y'all when the world opens up again. I'll be performing still.
On everything. And I'm gonna hit you. We're gonna holler for sure.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, peace, man.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Old Man Saxon, man. I appreciate Old Man Saxon. Y'all go support him, follow him, download the music, buy the music, buy the merch, support that. DJ Ktone, at DJ Ktone. Next week, Monday, I got Mandy Groves. Wednesday, I got Bay Area artist Jay Stalin. And Friday, I got Ken Folk, Kid Shine. We're going in 2020. Spread the word. Tell somebody about it. OfficialDJKtone.com. Support some. Buy some socks. Buy some merch. And keep supporting. Tomorrow, Saturday Night Live Digital. We got the party tomorrow night, Saturday Night Live Digital. Go to OfficialDJKtone.com for your tickets. And appreciate y'all.